Fun times.
Fun times. He's
Savage, out of the people that you've worked with, like, who do you reflect upon and say, wow, that was a good person? Like the most positive experience with somebody who's sort of a celebrity or
well, I mean, there's a lot of run-ins, and when you only have 2 or 5 minutes with someone, there's I mean, they can come off as like the greatest person in the world.
I got you.
John Travolta, extremely nice guy, like extremely nice, extremely gracious. He's always, it's like he's finally reached this point. At least when I was chatting with him, it was like, he's like, I can't believe that I'm still famous. I can't believe I'm still doing this. And you could see it in his eyes. He's like, just be happy. Just always, because he knows also that people are excited to see him, and he's kind of he's gotten very good at filling that, at doing exactly what you were hoping he would do without you asking him to do it, kind of a thing.
Yeah,
he's a very nice guy, and so even if you have a short run-in with him, he usually comes off extremely humble and amicable to do just about anything. He's great. Working directly with to bring television and music together, Mark McGrath.
Oh, Sugar Ray guy, right?
Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray is a great, he was
doing hosting stuff too.
He's a great fucking guy.
Is he?
He is a great dude. He is so humble. He is the first person to tell you that his voice is terrible. He has no idea why his band ever got famous, and he's just happy to be here. He's the first guy to tell you. He's such a cool dude. He even gave me his hockey tickets one time to he has season tickets to the LA Kings. Nice. So one time I was just a PA or something like that, and I was doing voiceover booth stuff sometimes with him. So I'd have to go grab him off set, be like, "Hey, Mark, can we record these 2 tracks?" He'd be like, "Oh, hey, yeah, no problem, brother. Let's do it." Oh, hey. He's always like, "Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah." He's so great.
I never got to work with superstars. I was always like B-list actors or people that have been in a bunch of stuff that it's like, I don't remember that guy's name, but probably Ted McKinley was probably my favorite one I met. The one
guy from Married with Children, right? He was in Revenge of the Nerds. He was always the jock.
Yes.
That jock look. Yeah.
The neighbor in
he played Jefferson.
Darcy.
Well, Darcy was the girl. Jefferson was her husband. That was like
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Super cool guy. I liked him a lot.
He's great. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then the guy that was in, you ever seen Office Space?
Yes, of course.
The guy that's in the guy with the jump to conclusion mat.
Oh, yeah, he's
older gentleman, bald.
Yeah, he's great.
I worked with him on an indie film, and he was at Craft Services, and I was like, "Hey, how's it going? How you doing today?" He's like, "I'm doing well," and I said, "I'll keep this brief." I said, "But you're in one of my favorite comedies of all time." And he's like, "Which one?" I'm like, "Office Space."
He's like, "It's Office Space, isn't it?"
He just kind of looked at me and just smiled. And I said, I got another question. How hot was that full bodysuit you're wearing? He's like, "Man, that thing was so freaking hot." He's like, "They had to put like 5 fans on me because I was burning up." And I'm like, this guy was super cool too. The jump to conclusion, Matt guy.
That's an awesome call out, though.
Yeah.
The another major, another person who's at a point in their career that, first of all, you would imagine he's probably one of the greatest guys ever, but he's at a point in his career that like he's only nice, he's only gracious, and that's Jeff Bridges.
Really?
So I have a photo with him, and he was super nice to take a photo with me. He hung out like way too long after an interview that we did with him, and I was finally leaving the office, and he was still in the lobby, and I was like, "Oh, whoa, what's going on?" And this kid, a kid that we were working with, turned around and he was like, "Oh, hey, you wanted a photo with Jeff, right?" And I was like, I would love one. Sure.
Put you on the spot there, but okay.
Sure. So I got a quick random photo with Jeff Bridges, and then I was like, all right, peace out. And he was like, oh, we're gonna go too. So then me, Jeff Bridges, and I think his manager went to the elevator and rode the elevator down together and walked out to the parking lot together, and we had a conversation, and he started the conversation. He was like, hey, so do you like working here? Is it a good a good gig? I was like, well, it's all right, blah blah blah. And I immediately was like, oh man, I gotta, your beards are like in your various films. I just got to say, like, when it comes to facial hair, I'm always trying to.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh no, you got a great beard going there." He was like, "Have you ever?" And he looked at me with like this inquisitive look. He's like, "You ever thought about keeping the beard but shaving your head?" And I was like, "Oh my god, you did that when you were like Obadiah, whatever, in Iron Man." And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "No." He was like, the ladies love it. He said something along those lines, and he was like, the ladies aren't against it, or something like that. And I was like, oh, Jeff, you old dog, you're great. He was such a nice guy.
Was he really?
Yeah, we walked out to the parking lot, and we said goodbye. It was like 3.5 minutes together. Photograph, walk, elevator, discussion about beards and shaving heads.
Beard talk. Sure.
And and then a little goodbye, and I was like, man, that was
the coolest thing ever.
Killer 3 minutes, bro.
He got I think he got a star on the Walk of Fame either beginning of the year or last year, and he brought the dude costume, and he had the dude costume as he was like taking pictures with it.
That's right. He put the sweater on.
Yeah, that's great.
So fun fact from behind the scenes in Hollywood is the stars on the Walk of Fame
are paid for.
You have to buy them.
Yeah.
You don't get to it's not awarded to you, really. What happens is usually your manager, after a long, great career with you, or perhaps your record company, after a long, great career with you, once they've made tons of money off you, they will usually, if maybe you got a new album coming out, you got a new movie coming out, your star is fading a little bit, they have this ceremony and they go, oh, you know what? We're giving him a star on the Walk of Fame. And all of a sudden it puts you right back in the news. It gives them a point of interest to be like, oh, he's also in this new movie coming out, or, oh, they also have this new album coming out. So it's a very
publicity stunt.
It's a very fascinating and really smart kind of long con publicity stunt. And what's really cool is that you can, as like a fan of movies and TV and music, you can walk down Hollywood Boulevard and see all of these names, and it does feel like you're walking along with the stars, like
once you know the secret, it kind of ruins it.
Yeah, but once you know that, like, it's like, this is all paid for, usually
I
with
think like $15,000 or something.
I don't know.
Expensive.
I don't know how much they are.
$15,000. So it was like kind of expensive for like a regular person, but somebody makes a bunch of money, it's pennies.
Yeah, if you're the manager of someone big in Hollywood,
Aerosmith or whatever it is,
you're like, we're working it out. It's going to be fine. Capitol Records is going to pay for it. It's going to be
I've learned so much today. I've learned you had to pay for a star on the walk. I did not know that, and you have to pay for your Emmy.
You do, and if you're not the person that walks on stage to get it, you got to pay for it. So also I own a record store.
Yes, you do. So now Julio's ears just went boing.
So no, I love him listening to talk movies and stuff. But how did you get into that gig? How'd that?
How did you kind of start owning your own music store?
It's a a wild ride that. I've been involved with music, like I told you a little bit about earlier.
Forever. Yeah.
I also spent some time. One of my friends in Long Beach was recording out of this like really well-known recording studio in Redondo Beach, and so I went with him a couple of times because I got pretty tight with some of these guys, and so they brought me some recordings, and I got to be kind of chummy with the producer, and everybody was kind of like, dude, why don't you like hang out and like learn this like producing thing? It seems like you're pretty good in here, how signal works and sound works, and you know how to set things up and move stuff around. And it's it's kind of, I was like, well, I mean, I guess in my free time, if this guy's into, and that ended up with me being like an apprentice to a music producer in like
Okay.
in like a fairly famous music studio for like about a year. And it's like my free time, I would just go in and we'd work on an album. I worked on a number of different projects. And then he also mastered stuff on the side and was working on projects in between stuff that I was doing with him. But in the studio, that's where they recorded and mastered a bunch of like No FX, was it Pennywise and Sublime,
Okay, a lot of
and
punk bands and
and
ska bands. Okay.
a lot of, yeah, a lot of stuff like that. The A bunch of stuff was mastered there as well. Like Appetite for Destruction was mastered there
Oh,
because
wow.
the guy that owns the studio is like the mastering guy. He was
Mhm.
like a huge deal. He wasn't the producer that I was underneath, but uh, he's the guy who owned the studio. He was like the big wig. He would only show up for like the big projects.
Okay.
But it was so cool to go into like the mic vault, to like open up this door. It wasn't a vault, but it was like a closet. You go in, but it was all these drawers, and you pull out these drawers. They're all felt lined, and there's just all these microphones laid out. And I was like, oh, what are we recording today?
Yeah.
This is going to be great. So
it's like a candy shop.
I don't really play music, but I was also in a band writing lyrics and singing in
Mhm.
about 2007, 2008 with my roommate, who was an incredible music producer and musician. We did that out of our apartment. I played the music video a couple times, one of our music videos a couple times on the Salty and Savage show, and we were called Wonderland. It was like
Okay.
we called it electro drug rock. It's very like fast paced, but
Mhm.
guitar driven, and all the lyrics are very drug innuendo-y. We were living in the San Fernando Valley, of LA at the time,
Yeah.
and it happens. It happens. So,
Yeah.
uh, having all of this music, in me. I even grew up going to a bunch of concerts because my mother absolutely loves live music. So I've gone to live music since I was a young kid. And after the industry kind of fell out from underneath me and my partner, and we both decided to kind of sell everything off because nobody was hiring us. This was back when just this latest strike and everything was happening, and then AI was being introduced, and
Mhm.
so it was just bad news. I mean, I have Emmys on my resume, and
Which is freaking wild.
I couldn't get anybody to call me back, like let alone get an interview. Like I couldn't even get a call back out of hundreds and hundreds of applications. I think I maybe spoke to one person and had emails back and forth with one other. I got maybe a dozen no, no thank you, we're going to go in a different direction, but everything else was just ghosted. It's just you either didn't get through or they didn't care. So it was pretty rough. You're like, what? I feel like maybe is nobody seeing my resume?
Yeah.
Like I feel like
About what year was that?
that was what 2022, 2023.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was having that about 2016, 2017.
Oh,
I finally
okay.
got out in 2018 because I was working pretty steady for a while.
Finally
And all of
got
a sudden, like,
finally got out of the joint.
yeah, it's like all of a sudden, like it was like the water thing spigot just closed, and it's just like it's almost, and it was one of those things that sometimes I ever like people were pushing people out, where it's like, oh, I'm just gonna bring my own people in. You know what I mean? It was like it was kind of odd how it was like starting to go down.
Well, the whole industry is so nichey, and it's all about the people you know and who you know, and every job that I ever got, no matter how much I deserved it, it was because I knew somebody. It wasn't in the industry anyway.
Yeah.
But I got a job in television because somebody got me into the very bottom rung. The same guy was like, look, the favor stopped there, buddy. I got you your job. This is now you either, you show up on time and you do this and you work your way up, or other than that, have fun. So, but still, he still got me in the door. And
Yeah.
every other random side job that I've had in between, I worked on, like these fitness, like this really interesting, like fitness yoga video set where I was doing all the voiceovers for all these videos.
Okay.
Or I was the director. Sorry, I was the director of the all of the yogis or whatever for all these voiceovers for a major like fitness company, and worked on a bunch of different stuff. I was music supervisor for a different project about what was it like? Was it health and wellness? Inner wellness and stuff like that. So more stuff that we all kind of need a little bit of. So
Mhm.
Yeah.